Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. NBA Week 3 review. A lot of crazy things happened in the NBA in the third week of the NBA season. A lot of different big time wins and victories. You've seen Luka Doncic drop 40 points in like 20 minutes. Giannis did the same thing as well, but he lost his game. I believe it was playing who was they playing? They was playing somebody. It was playing against the Pacers. Pacers, that's what it was. They playing against the Pacers. And Luka was playing against the Clippers on Friday and went out there and just absolutely dominated. That was the in-season tournament game right there. Luka, ever since the Clippers did what they did to Luka in the bubble, you know, the fouling, the trash talking, and all types of stuff, Luka Doncic has had it out for the Clippers. He's been going at them, and he's still my MVP pick. I had him last year as my MVP pick, and it fell short. But this year, I think for sure, he stay healthy, everything goes to plan, and they're at least a top 5, a top 4 seed. He definitely should be able to get the MVP and be in consideration for it. But first thing first on the list is, are the Lakers in trouble? Are the Lakers in trouble? We've seen the Lakers lose. I think they lose to 3 or 4 straight games. They lost to the Heat. They lost to the Rockets. They got beat down by the Rockets. You know, they just can't find a way to get things going. And then it just seemed out of sync. Out of sync. You know, Anthony Davis is already banged up already. LeBron James cannot do everything like he once did. He's an amazing player. Don't get me wrong. LeBron is, you know, one of the best of all time. One of the best of all time. But when you get older, you need some other guys that pick the slack. You can't pick up the slack of this guy and that guy. Now you got to worry about yourself a little bit more. And Anthony Davis has not been a reliable source, a reliable person in LA. He has averaged, I think, 49 games per season in LA, which is very low. You know, there's 82 games in the season, so you're only playing 49. People's hoping you can at least give me 60. At least give me 60, 65 games, and we're good. But 49 games averaging that a season, that's not good. So hopefully AD can get back on track and get healthy and stuff, and the Lakers can get back on track and start winning, because you know the West is different. You know, West is going to be a lot of teams competitive. I think the East got some big stars, you know, big star players and big teams too as well too. But the West, I think as a whole, there's a lot of teams you can name that be in there. And of course, you know, Ja Morant, I think he's suspended for 25 games, so he'll be back. The Grizzlies looking terrible right now. Hope if the Grizzlies get at least start maybe find themselves and winning a few games, Ja Morant comes back and they get back on track with that, and then they can be a team that can be contending too for a playoff spot and for, you know, getting to, you know, trying to get to the finals and stuff and get to the conference championships. But the Lakers got to find a way to get back on track, and they got to do it fast. Another thing too is James Harden. James Harden does not fit well with the Clippers. I don't know what the Clippers thought it was a good idea to get a ball-dominant guy, another ball-dominant guy, when you already have Russell Westbrook, you had Paul George, you had Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is good off ball, but you don't need to bring that extra guy in. They should have just kept the people they had, because you see a team last year. The team last year almost beat the Suns in a lot of those games in the first round. They won the first game. Kawhi beat them pretty easily by himself. And then the second game, Kawhi went down with an injury. They lost by a little bit, a few turnovers. And the rest of the games, you watch those games, when you watch them, you look in the fourth quarter, they was right there with the Suns, right there with them. Maybe a 4-point game, 3-point game, and they make some turnovers and mistakes. The only reason they lost because they didn't have Paul George. They didn't have Kawhi Leonard. They didn't have the 2-star players. So really, it was just come down to health concern. You get those guys back, and maybe that series is something different. They can go out there and compete at the highest levels. Because we've seen when they had Paul George, when Kawhi was out, they got to the conference championships. So maybe with both of those guys in, they could probably find their ways and try to get to the finals again. But they went out there and made the trade for James Harden, traded a lot of their depth. A lot of the guys who played defense, who was willing to go out there and lock up and clamp up, traded for James Harden. James Harden is not a defender, and he's not going to start playing defense at this day and age of his career. So you went out there and got James Harden. Don't get me wrong, James Harden's one of the best players of this generation. You know, 10-time All-Star, an MVP, one of the best scorers we've seen in the game. But that doesn't help accumulate to winning a lot most of the time. So getting James Harden on the team is maybe cool for ticket sales and stuff, but it kind of hurt the Clippers a lot. And you're seeing the Clippers losing when James Harden on their team. I believe they lost 3 straight ever since James Harden got there. So we're going to see if they can turn things around. But really, if you got to go with the lineup, you can't start James Harden and Westbrook at the same time. You just can't do it. They keep trying to do it because they don't want no feelings to get hurt. But somebody got to come off the bench. Somebody got to become a 6th man or something, because I feel like you just got to kind of explain to them, like, hey, you come off the bench, be a 6th man. You have your own unit, basically. It's your own group, your own unit right here. You run with these guys. You can be able to do the things and exploit and play yourself and assert yourself at the level that we know you can play. But having both of those guys on the floor at the same time, with Paul George and Kawhi as well, it's going to make it like too hectic, too ball dominant. All I've seen really was, especially yesterday when they played the Mavericks, when not yesterday, on Friday, they put the Mavericks. All I seen was ISO ball. There's ISO ball here, ISO ball there. You see Kawhi Leonard get it and do his thing. James Harden get it, try to do his thing. Russell Westbrook get it, try to do his thing. Paul George get it, try to do his thing. Instead of them all just being like in sync and flowing with the game. A lot of people always think like you had the more stars, the better. But the stars got to find a way to merge. Now some stars like you see LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Bosh. Now Bosh is a stretch type of guy. He can shoot the three. He can be able to work inside in the post, so he can fit with a lot of people, mostly everybody. But Wade and Bron is not really the ideal match. Those both guys who attack the rim, who are relentless downhill, and the spacing not the best because Dwayne Wade not the best shooter in the world, and especially from three. Now from mid range, he's pretty good, of course, but from 3-point, he's not the best shooter in the world. LeBron then especially was not the best 3-point shooter in the world, but they find a way to make it happen, to make it work. They find a way to sacrifice and play different roles and make things happen. Dwayne Wade played point guard a few times here and there in different situations. LeBron did the same thing too. They found ways to get involved off ball and then doing different ways to make it merge and make it work together. So I feel like the Clippers got to find a way to do that. You see some guys sacrifice and just, you want to buy into a ring. You already had your accolades. You won MVPs. You won all these, got all these all-star selections, all these all-NBA selections. You got all this stuff, all these accolades. Now it's time to add some hardware. Let's add some more stuff to our resume, a championship. And a championship is the ultimate sacrifice, the ultimate team victory. To go out there and sacrifice and to play your role and to buy into your role and everybody on the same page for one job and one reason and one journey, and that's to win a championship. So hopefully they figure that out and try to do that. But the 76ers, and since they traded Harden, they looking very good. I think it's 7-1 to 81. They're out there playing amazing basketball. You see Joel Embiid going out there and just playing. Now in the playoffs, things might get a little hectic because playoffs teams play different in the playoffs. So you'll see you're gonna become a Joel Embiid or bust. So most likely they might go out there and seek some type of guy, seek maybe a trade or something. But it kind of leads to my next segment right here, really. Well, kind of my next segment. Next segment about the Miami Heat. We've seen Bam Adebayo go out there playing amazing basketball. All-Star Bam, I think the third All-Star selection for him is incoming this season as well. He's a 4-time All-Defense player. He's a 2-time All-Star, about to be 3-time this year. Keep this playing up. He out there putting up triple-doubles, double-doubles, and he's playing more aggressive and more effectively inside and outside. We've seen it in the playoffs too, when we've seen it in the conference against the Celtics, and then we've seen it again in the finals. We averaged 26 points a game in the finals against the Nuggets. So Bam Adebayo is staying with that aggressiveness and playing downhill and just showing you that he can be very versatile. One thing I like about Bam, every season he got better. His numbers look better every season. You look at his numbers, they get better and better. Defense has always been great. He always gets snubbed for some reason from the MVP, from the Defensive Player of the Year votes, but hopefully this year he found a way to get it. But another thing that kind of leads into what I'm about to say about the trading and stuff, maybe the 76ers and stuff, is the Bulls. The Bulls are on the downfall a little bit. And they had a report that says some of the owners are kind of waiting and monitoring the Bulls situation to see if the Bulls going to just blow it up or the Bulls going to just try to hold on and see if change is coming, like a church song. But I don't know if that's going to happen with the Bulls. But they got Zach LaVine, of course. We know he can do. He has some injuries and stuff, but we know he's a scorer. He can go out there and score for people. Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, Cody White. They got a lot of different guys. I think Vucevic is still on the team as well. So they got some guys who might be, if they want to blow it up, they can maybe try to get a haul of picks and build around a different young core. Lonzo Ball is still on the roster. He's injured, going to be playing this year probably, but he's still very young. I think like 20. Lonzo 25, 26. So Lonzo's still young, so they can still find a way to build around those guys. Cody White probably as well. And they want to go a different approach and trade DeRozan, trade LaVine, and just get a haul of picks and get a haul of young talent and try to build around that. That would be a way to them to go to as well. And I think the Heat, the 76ers, and a lot of other teams would be in play and try to make things happen and try to get a trade. Zach LaVine coming to the Heat would be cool and all, but they already got Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero, I know he got an ankle injury. He's going to be out for 1 or 2 weeks with the ankle sprain, the 2nd-degree ankle sprain. So he'd be out for like 2 weeks, but he'd be back in no time. That means like probably 5 or 6 games. But I think Zach LaVine coming to the Heat would be cool and all, but it won't really help a lot because they really just need a point guard. Alex Caruso, we've seen him play point guard before with the Lakers, and we've seen him with the Bulls mix it up and playing 2 guards. He was the all defensive team before last year as well, and he can play point guard too. So getting a Caruso, I think, for the Heat and having played a 1 for the Heat, that would be good. I think, speaking from a fan perspective of the Miami Heat, I think going out there and they was to blow things up, and they traded Caruso, I would definitely take Caruso. Caruso's an amazing player. Like I mentioned before, Caruso, Bruce Brown, Caleb Martin, who else? Gary Payton, Jr. The second like that. Who else is up that list? Like players like that, they might not be the flashiest names, right? They might not have the biggest names. They might not be the most glorious players. They might just be, you know, like guys who maybe average 13 points, 14 points a game, 15 points a game, around that range. But for some reason, they always make the right play, and they always merge and make everybody better. They always play better. You see Brown did with the Nuggets last year. And, you see him doing the Pacers too as well. But as the Nuggets last year in the finals, those crucial plays he made, Caruso in the championship with the Lakers and stuff, the crucial plays he made, they always willing to buy into any role. They can play the defensive role. They can play in a role if you want them to be a spot-up shooter. You want them to be a handler. They find a way to make things happen. Caleb Martin, we've seen him every different series. He played a different role. And in that third series in the conference championship, he was a scorer. And like that, he went out there and averaged, 20 points a game in that conference championship off the bench. Like, just having guys like that on your team just helps everybody around them. And, like, people buy into that and feed into that. So I would love to have an Alex Caruso on the team like that. That'd be amazing to have. But a lot of other teams would love to have him too as well. So that might be a little bit more right there. So we're going to see how that turn out. If the Bulls do decide to blow things up, say the Sixers could be looking to add on. They might say, hey, we want Levine, want to score next to Embiid or DeRozan or somebody. He's very good still too. So we're going to see how things kind of pan out and shape out. But that's all I got for this video today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, leave a like and subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.